Is Destiny 2 becoming the new Star Wars as a legitimate Tier 1 space opera? Well, let's dive into the lore updates here in Destiny 2 Lightfall, and I'll let you decide. By now, we've seen some of the new juicy content coming to us in Destiny 2 Lightfall, and we've heard some of the hype around the new classes, new quality of life changes galore, but do we know what we'll be doing, why we're doing it, and who we'll be encountering in the new expansion? Well, buckle up as in this video here, we're going to get into all of these things and ground into the epic space lore and the developments of Destiny 2 Lightfall, as well as some of the confirmed and some unconfirmed leaks for Lightfall and beyond if you stick around to the end. You don't want to miss this one. Destiny's lore is what grounds me into fully immersing myself in the world of Destiny beyond just engaging in the daily, weekly, or seasonal grinds. In today's topic video here, we'll break down who are the big bads, Neomuna, the new city on Neptune, and where the bulk of the new story will take place. The new addition of Cloud Striders and this new Strand darkness ability. We'll talk about what it is, where we get it from, and what we can do with it. And then lastly, we'll talk about some hints on the direction of the story in seasons 20, 21, and 22 and beyond, as well as tying in past lore events and hints into that greater context. So let's jump right in with starting with who are the big baddies, who are the villains, who are the ones that will be spending the most time fighting. We know we'll be facing off against the Witness and his forces, led primarily by Callus this expansion. What do we know about each so far? Well, let's dive into a little bit of context, starting with the Witness. We know that the Witness is also known as the Entity or the Voice in the Darkness, and is a master of the Black Fleet and its disciples. It is described by Sabathun the Witch Queen as a child of darkness, and seems to act as its foremost representative in the physical universe. Though, in other lore accounts, scattered and referenced in game, it is unclear whether the Witness is the seed of darkness itself, or its greatest, oldest wielder of its power. Think here more like the chicken or the egg type of argument, but we won't split hairs here. The witness's history is almost entirely unknown. What we do know is that he has existed in the universe for eons, during which he has acted to further the aims of the darkness, or at least its own interpretations of them. The Witness is a tall, pale-skinned humanoid being and an extremely powerful wielder of the darkness, perhaps more so other than any other being in the universe. And it is evidently capable of using the darkness to move entire planets between realities, causing them to disappear from the physical plane to a realm under the Witness's complete control. This is similar in nature to the same powers that created the Taken, or when Mars reappears in the Sol system in Witch Queen covered with patches of terrain that appear displaced as temporal anomalies. Lastly, the witness seems to always refer to itself in the plural. This suggests that the witness may be a gestalt entity or a collective consciousness of some kind. Think a hive mind, but not the hive, if you will. Next up, we have Callus, the Witness's chosen disciple in recent seasons, and now primary baddie in Lightfall. For those who need a refresher, Callus led a revolt against the ruling Praetoriate, a corrupt military elite, and became Emperor of the Cabal. During his reign, the Cabal moved away from martial power and towards decadence and festivities. Sounds like a fun guy, right? Well, our boy Callus was eventually exiled by a competing Cabal faction, hint, hint, Gaul, who we won't get into here in this video. But as I'm saying, Callus is sealed away in the Leviathan and sent into deep space, and while in exile, Callus remains in an extended slumber. However, after an extended period of time, he is awoken and realizes he is in deeper than deep space. Callus stares into the void and sees the void looking back at him. Very Nietzsche, Bungie, I see you. And according to Callus, the void chooses him to be its herald of victory. Reinvigorated by his experience with the void, Callus takes up exploring the cosmos, discovering ancient worlds, collecting various odds and ends alike. one of which was the Hive artifact, the Crown of Sorrow, using it to create the Hive Galron and having him wear the crown to attempt to control the Hive. However, wearing the crown causes Galron to be driven mad and controlled by Savathun. Think like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trap card, essentially. Savathun, of course, seeking to control Callus with it, and of course this fails. Honorable mention here to the homie Savathun, who we know comes back to life at the end of the Witch Queen campaign, and we'll have to stick around and see what Bungie decides to do with her storyline. Fast forward now to the beginning of Lightfall, and Callus is already at Neomuna searching for the Veil, referenced in Season 19. This veil is apparently a key to the Traveler, allowing access to a dimension of pure light in which the Witness is trapped in, weakening his current influence over the broader cosmos. This dimension of pure light, referred to as the origin point, is the antithesis of the Black Garden, which we know is a realm isolated from space and time, and Black Garden being the birthplace of the Vex. Um, this place will likely involve sort of activity, whether it's a raid or patrols, strike, etc., in later content as we learn more around both sides accessing the final shape. Now let's dive into the new zone, shall we? Neomuna. Long hidden on Neptune, away from the eyes of both traveler and witness alike, lies the human city Neomuna, developed in secret after the collapse, and holding their own unique version of guardians and humanity alike, who are fighting against a long-standing enemy we know all too well, the Vex. But what are the Vex doing here, though? We'll have to wait and see. We do know that the guardian-like warriors on Neomuna are known as Cloud Striders, and they rise to the occasion to defend the city and its inhabitants as those who are they voluntarily choose to undergo cybernetic augmentations that award them enhanced combat capabilities at the cost of a major chunk of their lifespan. This is quite the opposite of the guardians of humanity that we know of, who do not have agency in their choice and have a seemingly infinite amount of lives if they can be revived. Yet here we are meeting a very different version of humanity. And we ask, how do our paths cross? Well, I'm glad you asked, and we have a little bit of context here. So far, we know that Xivu Arath, Savathun's younger sister, and the Worm Gods are set to attack the Traveler at the Tower, aka the last human city. They drain and weaken the Traveler and cause humanity here to scatter and flee. We learn from Osiris that there is refuge in Neptune out of desperation, and as we discover hints of humanity there. Shortly after we arrive, we observe that the Cloud Striders are destroying a pyramid scale, and a Tormentor, which is a new enemy to us in Lightfall, and a direct member of the Witness's forces, is striking down the eldest active Cloud Strider, Cumulus. So, of course, now naturally the odds are stacked against humanity even here. So, what is it that's going to shift the balance? In comes the new ability, Strand. We actually learn Strand because of the corruption of the Traveler after Xivu taints it as humanity flees the last city. Quite convenient, eh, Bungie? Strand at its core is an elemental manifestation of the darkness, just like Stasis, making it the second darkness subclass available to Guardians. It's a matrix formed from psychic energy, a dimensional web of threads that exists in the backdrop of reality, connecting all matter and consciousness in the known universe. Known as the Weave, Guardians learn to tap into this matrix using the power of Strand, learning to deeply perceive and manipulate the tapestry of strings of this web to draw out matter, traverse their surroundings, and more. The Guardian is the first recorded user of Strand, yet there are hints that both the Hive and Eris Morn are able to see the strings of the Weave. We're definitely getting some Neo and the Matrix vibes here, along with the vaporwave aesthetics of Neomuna, and I love it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Of the three Strand subclasses so far, we know that Thread Runner Hunters learn to use their power to create a rope dart out of pure Strand and manifest matter from this dimension to be of use in our present reality. Architect Warlocks manipulate Strand using their minds to telekinetically pull matter out and form it into a barrage of projectiles that unravel upon impact. There's also mention of the ability for the Warlocks to summon minions that will fight for them as well. Tyrant Titans keep it simple. They use Strand to manifest large claws that they use to spin and slash at targets around them. Pretty on brand, right? However, we'll be curious to see how deeply Strand plays a part in the storyline, as it's hinted at not being super important to the story and more of a new toolkit for Guardians to utilize while exploring Neomuna and Lightfall events. Lastly, we've whittled down a ton of back channel info coming out from Bungie into 21 leaks here in the video regarding Destiny 2 Lightfall that I think y'all be keen on hearing, with the source linked in the description below. And if you like this kind of content and want to continue seeing more of it as it drops, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. All right, so spoiler alert. I'll give y'all 3 seconds to back out now if you don't want them, but this is all conjecture, unconfirmed from here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now back to the leaks. Starting with some storyline leaks. Xivu Arath, number one. Xivu Arath wants to kill the Traveler, but the Witness demands she does not. The Witness the Witness revives Nezarak and sends him to kill her. The Witness's three active disciples basically end up killing each other off. Nezarak dies after killing Xivu Arath and ramming her pyramid into the Traveler under the Witness's orders. Lightfall ends with the Witness being freed, delivering a monologue while darkness entities emerge from pyramids around the system due to his increasing influence. The Witness takes over Mars, but we do not return to Mars in Lightfall. As far as content updates and leaks, it looks like there will be a new raid that takes place in the zone where the Pyramid and Traveler collide. That'll be inspired by 60s psychedelic visuals. Time travel will be a major mechanic here as we focus more towards weakening Nezarakt Revived. The first boss in this raid will be a giant tormentor. There will be a new raid exotic that'll be a strand bow that creates grapple points. There will be 2 new exotic quests and 1 normal quest for a strand machine gun and a community exotic quest with details yet to be revealed. There will be 2 new strikes, one on Neomuna and one on the last city. There will also be revamped IO strikes coming in Season 21, and in Season 22 we'll see a Wrath of the Machine theme. Bungie is debating bringing back the old tower or debuting a new location for LFG in Season 22. Final shape destination as the Black Garden, yet info is sparse here but highly suggested as so. So we'll wait to hear more there. As far as some overhauls here, Season 21 involves a Fnatic Western theming, and we will see an inverted spire, Exodus Crash, and Arms Dealer receiving an increased enemy density and new mechanics. We'll have Flashpoint and Patrol overhaul coming soon. Bungie interested in upping the general difficulty of Destiny. The final shape hinted as the third and final darkness subclass that will take some developmental overhaul to implement as the physics will quote unquote break the game. Bungie is also planning on taking a year break after the final shape's final season to work on their dev tools, and they want to release some anthology expansions for a few years that aren't connected to any big overarching stories before they get into a new saga. Bungie is optimistic about releasing new IPs, but heavily focused on Destiny 2 as a major profitable endeavor. Well, hey, it's been fun, y'all. I hope you enjoy Destiny 2 Lightfall lore breakdown. And again, we'll ask, is Destiny 2 becoming the new Star Wars as a legitimate Tier 1 space opera? I think it's getting there, maybe not just yet, but I'll let you decide in the comments below. I'm definitely excited for the updates. But hey, the next time you get curious on lore or even lazy on how to approach new content mechanics, etc., we'll continue with new guides, updates, and news on this channel to help you min-max another Destiny grind. And of course, you'll be squared away since you'll be subscribed and notified when future videos are up on the channel. Until then, have a great week and see y'all on stream.